Okay. All I'm going to say is Laura Lee would never. Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching Yellowjackets, Season 1, Episode 9, Doomcoming. Holy moly. This was like 3 episodes worth of...
Yeah, oh yeah. It was real good. We have finally descended into some sort of madness brought on by fucking Misty. This is legit all Misty's fault. Every ounce of this is Misty's fault.
And yet she's our only hope.
Okay, here is the thing. When you originally told me 5 seasons, I was like, that's too many. But it's only been a handful of months that they've been, like, in the wilderness so far. And so my whole deal is actually, it could sustain 5 seasons. Because also now we've got lies on lies in the present day.
And I think the fact that the blackmail plot has been revealed to be a red herring, it in a weird way, I think it opens up the plot.
Agreed.
In a strange, like, you wouldn't think, but everybody's been debating, like, who's this and that and who's good, who's bad, Jackie versus Shauna. I would just like to come down and say I am Team Lottie. That fucking bitch. Deep down, we like to think we're a Shauna or a Jackie, but I'm a Lottie.
No, I'm like 3 bad days away from being a Lottie, if I'm being honest.
I love it. Because she was kind of on the periphery in the beginning, and she's just gradually seeped in. But plot-wise,
people with especially diagnosed mental health issues don't need to be taking mushrooms.
So yeah, plot-wise, the girls decide to have a formal, which was actually gorgeous.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
They brought their inner MJ designs.
Somebody had a bedazzler in their luggage.
But it was fun. Is that how fermenting works?
Sort of.
Okay, you just put a bunch of berries in a jar and hope for the best. They were very cavalier. They're like, I mean, we're gonna die anyways.
I mean, they also haven't been fermenting long enough to turn into like the type of alcohol that makes you blind. So it's only been like a little while.
So yeah, so they all had formal wear for a dinner on on the trip, and so they decide to have a little homecoming dance. Misty is still going hard after Coach Scott.
Yeah.
And what, pray tell, was her plan? She was just going to get him high?
I don't know. I have no idea.
It was strange, but...
Because then he was high, and he was like, no, I'm gay.
Which, good for him.
Yeah.
He had his moment.
And I feel like that's going to be one of his final moments.
I don't know. It's interesting because we did agree that he's probably meant to be like 25 or 26, right? So it's like he's obviously older than these girls, but he's not like an old person. He's not like a man. And so I do find his friendship with Natalie to be interesting and endearing. So one of the girls, there's like 4 background girls that all I know is Aquila, and I don't know the other couple of their names.
One of them is named Mari.
Yeah.
We got Natalie, Van, Aquila, Laura Lee's dead, Mari, Misty, Thaisa, Shauna, Jackie. That's we might be down to that few. We have names for everybody. I think that's it. I think that's
one of them. Let's go with Mari. Put the mushrooms in the like stew that they were making, and so basically everybody's tripping balls. Why was Jackie not eating?
I don't know. She's being such a cunt. I can't with Jackie.
So I still like Jackie. I like it, and I'm not alone. There are dozens of us.
Okay. Me and Rachel are hard no.
So what is I think it's interesting that, because you said while we were watching it, where you were just like, you're playing by rules that don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
But I find that interesting because it's
they
like,
also, but even then when they come back and confront her, Lottie is like,
when Lottie was like,
you're not special anymore.
You don't matter anymore. Don't you get that? I think that, but I enjoyed that. And I want to see the repercussions of that, because Natalie was also, or Jackie was also the only sober person.
Yeah. I also want to see the repercussions of it, but I have had enough of her, because first of all, she is now spinning this whole nonsense in her head, and now she's all, nothing matters, love doesn't matter, people don't matter.
But I think she believes, I think they're all coping with this in different ways. And it's like, because you guys were very set that she was doing this to spite Shauna. And I don't think she was sleeping with Travis to spite Shauna.
Then why did she go up to Shauna's bedroom?
Tysa's sleeping up there. And also, what are they going to be, like, in the dirt? Like, Jackie doesn't have sex in the dirt.
I don't know, just downstairs where Jackie sleeps.
Well, where people could be, like, people are going to be coming and going. There's an implication of that Jackie doesn't own the attic, or Shauna doesn't own the attic.
It's about Shauna.
I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense.
No shit.
Yeah. So I don't think that it's necessarily.
I think it is. It has to at least partially be to try to stick it to Shauna. And it's not for nothing, but she's trying to kind of stick it to Natalie, too, for who knows what reason.
Well, because like I said, I would have to go back and watch the first couple episodes, but I didn't remember what if or what they had beef on, but I remember it coming in hot like 3 episodes ago. They were like at each other's throats. So I'm not interpreting it exactly the way that you guys are, but because I think she actually just I think she's gone to a nihilistic place, and I think she wanted to fuck him. I think she wanted to have sex.
That's fine. 2 things can be true.
Yeah. I don't think she's doing it to spite Shauna. Also, Shauna sucks.
No.
She really does.
No.
She's worthless.
No, she's not. She's the one killing all their meat.
Oh, well, no, Natalie is. But Shauna, in modern day, she just like... so she stabbed Adam.
That sucked.
If not for Jeff, they would be in shambles. Shauna sucks.
No, I still disagree that Shauna sucks. Also, Jeff has like literally no excuse being involved with any of these women.
I'm so glad. I'm 1 for 2 because I stand Jackie and Jeff, and I went in hard for Jeff, and it paid off.
You were correct.
He is the only good man.
We both came around. He was not having an affair, which we both came around on that.
I love that he's like so good and a fucking idiot. Yeah, he's so stupid.
He's a big dum-dum.
And when the scene was unfolding with the glitter, and he was like, oh no. And I was like,
so bad.
Like, Jeff, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. And furthermore, and I'm like, we have spent 9 episodes of the show freaking out over this. Yeah. And you can't handle money? Like, you can't, you're running the furniture business into the ground?
Some website is like stealing all of their clientele, and it's all like fast market furniture and stuff. I guess. Also, how long is $50,000 gonna last you?
Well, that was just to pay off the loan shark, so they still have the issue.
Yeah.
They still have the problem. It's just to get them out of trouble with these people for this one specific thing.
Yeah.
Because based on my limited understanding about these types, once you're in, you're in. You don't just get to leave.
Well, that's the mob. He's not doing jobs for the mob. He took out a loan with loan sharks.
That we know of.
Well, we'll see.
But yeah, so he was going to straight confess to the murder and go to jail for Shauna. Yeah. And luckily she was like, that's a terrible idea.
It's like a real season 6 of Buffy nonsense.
But apparently it comes out that he just knows.
Everything. He read her journals so long ago. He's known the entire time. Everything.
And he's just in. He's just all in. It's amazing. I think it's so funny. I think because she literally was like, you wanting to take the fall for me for murder is very sweet. Yeah. But yeah, so he's all in. She confesses to the murder and the affair, and his reaction was stronger when she had gotten in the fender bender.
Yes, his reaction was strongest when she had gotten in the fender bender.
And again,
no, there was like a third thing that.
Well, that whole conversation was the book club that took you out.
That's right. It was because he was like, you murdered a guy. Okay, you've been having an affair. What? You kept in touch with the guy that hit your car?
That conversation where she's like, I killed a guy, and he's like, huh? And she's like, it's the guy whose car I hit. And he was like, how? And she's like, well, we went out to that like restaurant or something. And
That
he
was
was
a
like,
hotel, yeah.
what? And just like his entire arc.
The
I
whole
mean,
thing.
Emmy nomination right there.
And then literally she goes, you can't seriously have thought I was at book club this whole time. And he goes, book club's not real? He was like out of control.
It was his final
about
straw.
Book club not being real. It was so funny. Yeah, his name is Warren Cole. He is doing great.
No, but that's what I mean. I like Shauna as a character, and I especially like Melanie Linsky.
Yeah.
But I'm like, she's pretty worthless. That entire thing was like, it's like she had to have both like Jeff and, because I also think Shauna is here, but by the grace of Thaisa, like, because then we get a similar thing. Tawny Cypress's reading of the oh my god, you killed him.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I only really know her from Heroes. And it was a very labored, like typical, like she was fine in Heroes, but it was very standard
Heroes storyline.
Yeah, it was a standard actress in a drama series, and so her introducing Ty so strongly, and then layering her this way, it was so funny watching Tawny and Juliette Lewis and Melanie Linsky do that entire.
They are all three. So okay, I'll be honest. I love Juliette Lewis, but she is often the element that works the least for me.
Okay.
But I want to say that is also true here, but somehow that makes it perfect. So I'm not 100% sold on.
Well, Natalie's a
a lot. She's spiraling, and Juliette Lewis has a very Juliette Lewis thing that she does, and so maybe I don't love her as much as I've always thought I did, but I do think she's doing amazing, and I can see where who is young Natalie, Sophie Thatcher. I can see where they're pulling on each other's performances, which is with all of them. I can see that, so I am really enjoying it. And
I wonder if they spend time together. The young girls and the older girls.
Interesting.
Because they are sort of, you're seeing things that you can tell they pulled from.
Yeah. So basically all that is to say that you are correct. The three of them in that room together, amazing.
Okay, I kind of fucking die for the fact that Adam's just gone.
Me too. Both
he was cute.
Yeah, super cute.
I'm good. There's other cute guys. This isn't me saying I didn't like him or thought it was wrong or bad or anything. But there's just again going with the blackmail plot. I love that it's we thought this was going to be about one thing.
Yeah,
and then it's JK.
Yeah.
Because I don't even understand what happened. So when I was watching it last night, there was a moment where I was this weird detour that I won't go in depth in. But do you ever think about true crime?
Yeah, all the time.
And wonder what's the moment where the threshold gets crossed?
Sure.
And it's I've once in my life had a moment where I was oh, I might die in this hotel in Miami. Hotel room in Miami tonight.
I remember that.
Once in my life where I was something happened and I was suddenly very aware of every weapon in the room.
Okay.
And so when Shauna was freaking out with Adam and we were having all the weird flashbacks and stuff, I was literally in my mind, I was wouldn't it be wild if she just murdered him? Because she doesn't seem like a threat.
Yeah. And
it's to me that notion that we think of, especially something like murder, we think of it like a lion, like a big monster that's going to chomp down and eat us.
Not always.
And literally she was just sort of having a bad day and got stabby. And
well, I think she dissociated a little because she was way in her brain at that moment. And when she finally did, he was just give me the knife. And she was nah.
Oh, I'll give it to you. And it was that. It was just very
well, and so that's the thing that's interesting to me. And I don't know how much it filters through or how much it was on purpose or anything like that. But she really knew exactly where to stab him. He was dead in minutes. And I think that is part of the whole vibe.
It's part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, man, the girls, so they got fucking high as balls. We already mentioned a little bit, but I loved their Midsummer Night's Dream thing.
Very cool. Yeah.
I don't think that's how mushrooms work, but that's fine. We're not gonna.
Well, we don't know exactly what kind of mushrooms they are.
That is true.
They are also untouched by man, and Misty has been keeping them in her trapper keeper buried in the woods.
I wonder what else she has in there.
I don't know. It all says medicinal herbs. Don't you need that medicinal herbs inside the house? What's going to happen when it snows?
Well, it's in plastic. She had it like sealed.
Yeah, but you're going to have to dig through the snow to get it. What if somebody's injured?
I think Misty has a plan.
Misty's got too many plans. Misty's plans are not all panning out.
But the gag is. No, so
also, I'm sorry, really quick. It's as if no one has ever explained to Misty that girls like her have sex in college.
Well, and I mean, not for nothing. I know that this is the part where it's a TV show.
Yeah.
But it's like that actress is darling. Like she's
so cute.
Gorgeous.
So cute.
And so it's like, this is a hair and wardrobe issue. This is not a face issue.
Samantha Hanratty, she's super cute. And it's just like, it's not about that.
And also not for nothing, you have Christina Ricci around the corner.
Yeah.
Like that is a thing. That is a viable look.
Although, as Jessica Roberts mentioned, that haircut's not very flattering.
Well, she even by the time like she had her little makeover.
Yeah.
She's a summer. Or she always thought she was a summer.
She always thought she was a spring. It turns out she's a winter. And Rachel got big mad.
So yeah, the girls like got high and they are teenage girls who are in extreme
So in addition,
amounts of trauma, stress, yada yada.
In addition, also that they are mushrooms that we don't know what kind they are. They also were like eating them. They like all had more than their fair share.
And so they like descend upon the house. Although I did kind of love because you could hear wolves howling and they were like,
howling
not
back.
Today.
Yeah.
They were like, I could literally see them fighting those wolves.
Oh yeah, barehanded.
But yeah, so they then barge in on Travis and Jackie, throw Jackie in the closet, and then big fat rape Travis. It was a lot.
Do you think they got far?
Well, I mean, he was violated.
Travis's whole
I was so worried because there was like a scene of Shauna peeling his face off.
Yeah, I thought it might be actually happening. That was actually sort of Travis's whole deal was actually kind of hilarious in this episode because Jackie was like, "We are gonna have sex, and I don't really care what you think about it." And she said, "I'm not gonna ask again. The choice is yours." She didn't. Okay. No, I agree. I'm on your team. She did not rape Travis at all. I agree. But that was how she sort of presented it. And she just was like, well, we're just gonna do it. So get on board or get out. Like essentially. And so, but his deal, because they have successful sex. It looks actually way better than I assumed it would be. And then they're lying there after and he just is like totally silent. He's like, I mean, we're not really here though, right?
She was like, that was okay. And she's kind of like, oh, don't be offended.
No, it's fine.
Because again, you guys are so angry, but I think it's so funny that it's like, even with him, she's still performing high school drama.
Yeah.
Because she like insults him. And then she's like, oh, but don't take it the wrong way. And he's like, he is not home. He is not even on this plane.
Are you here? Are we?
Are any of us really here?
And he just the whole time the girls are like going after him. He's like, but we're not really here though. So it's like, whatever.
And so he like gets away from them and then turns into a stag. They see like a stag that gooped me when that deer ran by the window. I was like, "Hi!" And they were gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Like they were gonna sacrifice him. And Lottie, I'm telling you, she had that shit ready. She was like, and I am the winner. Yeah. I am the pageant queen.
I am America's next top model. She really did. So now I think it's her with the antlers from the episode. I was going a couple different ways, but I think it's
she did. Sure. It was sweet. I'm gonna promise. I don't cling to things. I'm not gonna harp on the whole Laura thing, but I do feel we did not get enough.
Yeah.
Because I would have liked to see one or two more intimate scenes with her and Lottie.
Yeah.
Because Lottie wears Laura's dress to Homecoming. Oh, the Vanessa and Ty, they are properly consummated. And also, was it Misty who stitched up Van or was it?
No,
Was it Laura?
I think it was Lottie or Mari, actually. It was one of the other ones doing it.
Mazel.
Beautiful job.
they might have even improved Liv.
Yeah, honest to God, if by chance we do end up getting an adult van,
I think we are.
it's gonna be so tasteful.
What's the point, like storytelling wise, of that scar to not have an adult actor come in with that scar and it be the dun dun dun?
We've been burned before.
We have, but
on this very show.
I think
What's the point of keeping that character alive? They're definitely not going to die. If they didn't die from that wound, they're definitely not going to die.
They were running out the clock, though. I think, fool me 7 times, shame on me.
This season of American Horror Story is going to be
8 or
really
more.
Good.
Misty and Jessica Roberts are still playing they're still dancing their tete-a-tete. Like I said, I like Jessica. I kind of just want her on the show.
Me too. I am very curious if there is a way forward where we let Jessica go alive and she still works with
because
she literally
seems down to clown.
She does seem down to clown, and she was like talking about Misty, telling Misty like you can get this book deal, and they were kind of talking about it, and she was like, "So you ate people? That is what happened, right?" I mean, it's true.
Gabba gabba hey.
Yeah. Who gives a bibble? She is right. It's like, it's just like those guys in the Andes, whatever. And I think the main difference is that I'm like 99% sure that these girls murdered people to eat them. So that is the difference.
But yeah, and so basically, because we're jumping all around, but once Shauna brings Ty and Natalie in, they don't know how to deal with this, and that's where Misty shines. So Natalie showed up, and I don't know, I know Misty intellectually. I know that she is bad news.
Yeah.
But I kind of love it. And that fucking...
Who else knows how to dispose of a body and get all of Shauna's DNA out of this apartment?
Face journey Christina took us on in the final 5 seconds.
I've never seen better acting.
Well, because you know what? And that's the best part, is you can tell that the people on this show are having fun.
Oh, yes.
You can tell that they figured it out, because we're only now figuring out that this is something special.
Yeah.
And they were like, if we do this right,
it's going to be... Because, I think it mostly relies on the 4 of them. It's Melanie Linsky, Tawny Cypress, Juliette Lewis, and Christina Ricci. The 4 of them were like, I believe that they had like a brunch and were like, you guys know we have to play this like it's bonkers, like crazy, funny, bonkers shit, right? Because it's okay. Yes, the bonkers, but it's also the mundane.
Yeah. That scene with Shauna and Jeff where, like I said, it was like she had banged up the car.
No, I mean, it's amazing. He was more mad that she banged up the car. It's so amazing. And that's the thing, I think, because it's okay for the young versions of them to be more serious. You know what I mean? It's okay for the young girls to be, because that is the drama part of this show. But when we cut to 2021, it's like a farce, and it's my favorite part.
So I think that that's a good stopping place for now. We are going to return next week with the finale of the show, and season 2, they already have scripts and stuff, so it's underway. We could get this time next year.
Is it underway? It's like not announced. It's not on IMDb that they have like a season 2 scheduled.
They've tweeted it.
Okay, like the account.
One, I think maybe Courtney Eaton, one of them literally posted to her Twitter the script for season 2.
Sweet. Okay.
So it's underway.
All right. Cool.
You're still nervous?
Still nervous, but that would be amazing.
So okay, watch the space, like, subscribe. Give us money, you know the drill.